Good afternoon, Atlanta. Welcome to WCG Media, WEC Network. We are You are listening to WCEG Media. We are the worldwide community empowerment group where we speak live in the community. Uh, Log in and watch and listen to us on our various your smart TV, on your Roku cable channel, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, now on Fanbase, Blues, Key, and Twitch. And some of those are we stream live on Facebook. Follow us on and connect to WCEG Talk Radio, WCEG Network, WCEG Media. Log into www.ceg.network, log into WCEG Radio, and you can also watch us and listen to us on Veterans Day, on Veterans Helping Incorporated. I'm Herman Anderson. My co-host Anthony Aiken is not here today. He's away taking care of family business. Our guest today, we have a guest. Our guest today is Re. Re would you unmute yourself?
It
What is
is Renelly OKeke.
Renelly OKeke? I have a short bio that I'm going to read. That I'm going to have her give you a summary, and we'll get started into the program. Uh, Renelly OKeke is a dedicated entrepreneur and creativity whole life work is defined by over 30 years of committed service and servanthood by bridging the gap between local needs, national resources, working with prominent organizations such as World Changers, Church International. Uh, Renelli has successfully integrated her faith with a deep passion for veterans and children. Professional experience, Renelli's professional trajectory is testament to her discipline and drive for foundation leadership. I'm going to skip some of it and go down to the bottom and talk about her personal vision as a mother of six adults. Renelli has channeled her life experience into vibrant portfolio of publishing art, poetry, and books. I, I'm going to start reading it. I know you're also a veteran and your passion is working with veterans. That's why I invited you. So tell me
Thank
about your
you.
veteran experience.
Well, my veteran experience, me personally, I it took me 20 plus years to get to 100% rated. And just felt like that was too long for us. Why should we have to wait that long to get the decision and the ratings that we desire and need? So how I started was I was helping people at my church. And then other people at the church heard about me doing my own claim, which I got myself to 90% by myself. And then I also used DAV, and then DAV wound up assisting me to go to Chisholm and Kilpatrick. And they helped me get over the hump of to the 100%. That's how it started. That I just didn't want other veterans to have to wait to be rated, especially when they have the injuries. Why is it taking so long?
Well,
And a lot of times it comes with we just don't know how to fill out the forms properly. We don't know what to say. And that is part of the issue. I don't want to say problem, but that's part of the issue. We just don't fill out the forms correctly.
that's WCEG Media Veterans Today. My co-host Anthony Aiken is away today, and that's uh, that's one of our goals is to be able to help veterans and their families navigate the system, go through the system, acquire benefits uh, within. Anthony has a term that he likes to use, the rules of engagement, which is a military term. That person,
Yes.
you understand the rules of the engagement, and the rules of our engagement as far as it comes to during the veteran claim is uh, we we start off with one of the information, one of the topics that I brought up on when I sent out the notification is gather all your information and documents to so when you start the process, you you have what you need to keep it moving. So as a starting point, what what we're gonna do today is try to go through the system for someone not being in it, because there are quite a few veterans out there that are not in the system, and there are more Vietnam veterans. I'm a Vietnam veteran, so someone that's not being in the system, and someone at your church or at my church talking the person into uh, uh, putting in the paperwork to acquire the benefits that we have earned. So, what documents that you need? I always start off with telling people you need a copy of your DD 214.
Okay, so let's take it from two different point of views. One is a beginner who has never ever filed a claim, even if it's years later, right? You are correct. The DD 214 is the first stop. It's the first thing. The second thing is if you, uh, many of us, especially Vietnam veterans, when we got out, we didn't acquire our military medical records. That's the next thing. That form is what that starts the process of everything. That is SF 180. It's request for military medical records. So once you have that, then as you're going through the process, um, when you fill out that form, you turn it in. You can mail it in, and or you can there's a prompt online that you can order your forms online, and we can give the link later on what that is. It once you have successfully requested your medical records, it'll say successful. That way you have a reference number and you have it. Now, in the process of that, while you're waiting for your medical records, are you going to the doctor? You need to have um, documentation or medical records showing that you've been going to the doctor. If you have, this is how we do it. I'm talking about from the beginners, and then we'll move to the who have filed before and are going back in for secondary or increase. For a beginner, how we do it is we correlate. You have to start seeing a doctor for whatever issues that you have. Now, some of those issues that you have, you may not even know that they are issues from when you served, depending on the time frame that you served. So say, for instance, because we want to focus on Vietnam veterans, there are a lot of issues with Vietnam veterans that are presumptive, dementia, um, um, granulosis, hypertension, those type of things. So while you're waiting for your medical records, which they normally take in between 30 to 90 days to arrive, depending on how backed up the system is. Okay, so those are the things that you need. Now, we're going to switch over to the veteran who has already filed. The veteran who has already filed a claim before and you have gotten denied, There are several different forms and different ways of going about it. The VA changed how they receive supplemental claims. If you have been denied from a supplemental claim within the last year, you still will put that denied or documentation, medical documentation on the 21526EZ.
Okay,
If
let
it's
me ask you about
uh-huh.
the uh, because a lot of us, including me, originally did mine myself, and I got
Oh,
denied
mm-hmm.
it. So when you get the uh, denial letter, and I learned from experience, if you actually read it, there's additional information on the denial letter telling you the steps you need to take to uh, submit additional information. Uh,
Yes. Okay,
okay,
so in the decision letter, once you get the decision letter and it's denied, I always say cool down. Don't get upset. Don't be, I got denied. Okay, we understand that. But why did you get denied? That's the question. So flip all the way back to where it says decision rating date. It'll have a decision rating date, and then it will list all of the decision. Now, say for instance, if you got denied for a lumbosacral strain, right? In there, it's going to tell you why. Why did you get denied? And as you're reading down up under the decision, normally it will say favorable findings for bop, 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 bop. Read that carefully because it's telling you why. And when they tell you why, now you know where to start. It's a denial isn't a denial like you can't go back never again. It's saying that you do not have a clinical diagnosis. That is one of the main things. We put in for issues that we have, and we know we had them while we was in the military. And even though it may be years later or a couple of months, if you're not diagnosed with a diagnosis, you can get off the bat, right off the bat, you're gonna get denied. So it's
so let's let's talk about people that are. There are several options in today's environment. You
yes,
can be very technology savvy and do it yourself on the internet, or you can even do the paper. All right, going back uh, quite a few years ago, there were quite a few VA offices, and there are still Georgia Department of Veteran Service office where you can walk into and talk to a person. What I'm getting to the point is there are not as many ways to do this one-on-one with a person today as there used to be.
that's
So
true.
so how do we focus on uh, help it be like in your case, being able to help people uh, electronically, what methods are good to help people that are not really wanting to log into va.gov and
Mhm.
go through all of that stuff.
Well, let me say this first. There are excellent NSOs, VSOs that have helped me get to where I'm at. So I always tell people who come to me or who are referred to me, did you already try NSO or VSO? Because that's the first question for me in order to know how to help you. So what we do is we do hands-on. If you have been denied before, we will walk you through the process. We want to know what were you denied for in your decision letters? We want to know all the way back to the beginning because our organization feel like we we won't do you justice if we don't know the linkage from the beginning to now, because a lot of times people, sorry, clients, a lot of times people um, they just want you to start right here, right here. No, there was a beginning, and now we want to know where did you start? Okay, so now
So,
we.
just to
Mhm.
be clear and transparent, uh, tell us who your organization is.
Okay. We are VA Claims Mentorship, and we are right here in Atlanta, Georgia. We have an office downtown, 600 Street. Um, we're in Atlanta, I should say. We're in Atlanta, and we help veterans all around the world. We've helped veterans as far as Bali, Vietnam. We've helped veterans, like I said, all around the world. There, we have a 1-800 number, 1-888-891-7191. Um, and what we want to do is make sure that every veteran has the opportunity to have a voice. That sometimes we feel like, even as Vietnam veterans and Gulf War veterans and veterans of excursions, that the VA isn't listening. Well, we want you to have a voice because your injuries determine how you live every day, how you function every day. And the best thing that we could do is make sure that we correlate from when you got out, what happened to you while you was in the military, to between getting out of the military until now, going to the doctor. If you haven't been going to the doctor, that is what we do a consultation, 30-minute free consultation of explaining to you what it is that you need to do going forward and how you need to do it. And we write up a plan for you. We call it a plan of action. Nothing different than being in the military. That we show you what the reason why you was denied, and how we can help you get service connected.
Okay. Thank you very much for
You're welcome.
putting that information out. And now we'll go back to uh, the point of dealing with the appeal, well, not appeals, but supplemental information.
Okay, with supplemental information, what it is that you need is this. In a supplement claim, when you get denied, you need to show the VA how or why did your issue worsen, your injury worsened. When you go to the doctor, this is one of the main things that I tell all my clients is this. The VA, when you first go into the office, the first thing they say is, "How are you doing today?" Right?
Yeah.
And we just a perfunctory, "Oh, I'm fine, I'm fine." That's a lie. You're not fine. You wouldn't be coming to the doctor if you wasn't fine. So we want to make sure that when you come into the office, just starting from the beginning, how are you feeling? I'm not feeling well today. And then when you go into the doctor's office, tell them how you're feeling, what part of your body is aching, what part of how it affects your daily life, how it affects you going throughout the day. That's what they want to know when you're filing a supplemental claim. How what happened to make whatever your issue worse? So that's what we do. In a supplemental claim, you want to show the rater that when you put in new evidence, not just evidence that you had before, because they're gonna send that back to you. We've had many people that have come to us and they say, "Oh, I filed a supplemental claim, but did you put in new evidence?" And no, I just filed what I had before. That's not going to work because they've already seen that. They already know what that was. So tell them why and how your issue got worse.
Well, that is a key point. and I want to point that out because also I have a organization, Veteran Helping Veterans, headquartered Atlanta, and I I get and I've been working on this for quite a while now, and that's a lot of the 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 questions in the process that from experience, I've seen people, veteran, go through. Initially, including myself, we file a claim. We just kind of file it without de- dealing with
Yes,
without talking to a VSO, veteran service officer. Uh, so that's in 90% of the time, it's going to be denied. So the next step
yes,
is to, as you mentioned, and my co-host would always uh, make sure that we emphasize that you contact a VS, a veteran service organization, a veteran service officer in the there are quite a few organizations that has VSOs. The A few of the major ones are DAV, American Legion, VFW, Vietnam Veterans of America. That's just four of them. Uh, and they are six major ones. Then there are another 200. So I contact a veteran service officer, and it's as we tell people, it's it's kind of like an interview. You may the first veteran service officer organization that you contact, you may not be compatible with them. So
hmm,
go
that's
find
true.
you another one. All right. And
And you know what? You know what also happens? That veterans who are referred to our company, what they say is that um, some of the organizations that they have gone to, VSO, NSOs, is that they're just overwhelmed, that they don't have the time to go through their paperwork, their medical records line by line. And that's what we do. We go line by line because we want to know what is your issue. And then in your medical records, we can also see that you may have a secondary or tertiary issue that needs to be service connected also, but you would never know that because you're just putting in for the main thing that you keep saying, this is what's bothering me. But there are other perfunctory issues that are service connectable that you may not even know. So they're like you're saying, they're wonderful organizations, and like I said, they helped me get to where I am, also in the process. Um,
well, one point also is as everyone knows, the VA has a backlog of cases, and the the VA processing system is in overload, and so
yeah,
are the
that's true.
organization, as you mentioned. So it's helps to be able to have a company or organization that are able to spend the time to help you uh, more detail your claim, because that is a major issue. Number one, at the Veteran Administration that processes the claim is have gotten better in the last couple of years. I but I at at times since I've been dealing with this, there have been like 2 year backlog,
Yes,
and
but when
so
you're putting in, when you when you have someone on your side that is looking through your medical records and they are catering it, they're detailing it to what exactly VA is looking for, that that helps you exponentially to um, get rated a lot faster. A lot of times, what we have noticed is that veterans are waiting a year, 18 months for what? if you have your documentation and it's put in correctly, you can be rated as quickly as 3 to 6 months. That is because your paperwork is detailed, because it's being explained. A lot of times, this is other thing that we have come across is that when veterans are putting in their claim, they normally just do two part to the claim. They know that they need to file that VA form 21-526EZ because that starts the process. Okay, but what about the VA Form 21-4142 and VA Form 21-4142A? That is the ability to request your military records or your medical records. But a lot of times people don't put in that. Claims, veterans, dependents who are helping their veteran family member put in for a claim, they don't know to put in that.
But see,
Then they're,
those are key
oh,
details that I want to make available to our audience is uh, what happened from experience and what happened from listening to audience is it that's what extends the time because you put in the 521 EZ and it sit there for about 3 to 6 months. All of a
yes,
sudden, you get this information that we need the other two forms, and you and the clock is ticking.
the
So
clock
it's
is ticking. You are right. The clock is ticking.
it's very important to uh, have a detailed package the first time.
Hmm. Yes, and that's what we do. We also add in some other forms that are, oh, so say for instance, if you're a Vietnam veteran and you got out and it's been a while. So so some veterans can't remember where they were stationed specifically. We help with that. We do the research behind that and add in that there are Vietnam veterans that people don't talk about who served in Korea, that was on the DMZ zone. They don't talk about that because most people don't even realize, or veterans don't realize that they served during that time frame, but they are still considered a Vietnam veteran because they served on the Korean DMZ zone during that time frame of Vietnam. So we've helped veterans like that also.
Well,
Then, mhm,
also, which really what got me started years ago is the Agent Orange database for Vietnam
whew,
veterans. It was sitting there in certain, and a lot of Vietnam veterans didn't even know it exists. So
yes,
it's, and there are still veterans today. That's one of my priorities. That, like you say, that not aware of the Agent Orange database, not aware of the benefits were that they earned in Vietnam.
yes.
So
That Agent Orange, here's another one. Agent Orange registry, that's the first thing I do because that helps link when we turn in this claim, that help link the presumptives right back to, oh my goodness, you don't have to fight for this. It's already presumptively set for you. So you're going to be service connected more than likely. Then there's also a registry called hazardous um, environmental. So that's another one that veterans aren't talking about. Then what about the burn pit? The burn pit goes all the way back to all the way forward to where we're at right now. And I express to everyone that signs up, those are the first things that I ask. Have you ever served during wartime? Oh, yeah, I served during wartime. But did you serve peacefully or did you serve, actively in Afghanistan, Iraq? those places like that. Did you serve in any of those places? Did you serve in any of those excursions like Panama? People don't talk about that. It's other excursions that you can put in for also that are presumptive towards your claim. Then can I just add in one more thing that we do also that I think will help. I always speak in big and large, millions of veterans, because you never know who you are touching while we're talking. Is that we have a platform that for veterans who want to do their own claim, we have that connected to our website, that you have videos, you have modules, and the modules will take you step by step. Number one, number two, number three. This is what you should be putting in here. And then we also have examples of world life, examples of not fake or made up. These are world life examples of what have happened to other veterans that you can look at that and say, you know what? I never thought about that. I never thought about wording it like this. And um, that is what also helps veterans get their claim service connected a lot quicker. So we have that on our platform also to help veterans get their claim service connected. Um,
Okay, you gave out your phone number. You have a website?
yes, it's exactly what our name is. It's www.vaclaimsmentorship.com. We're on TikTok, we're on Facebook, and we are definitely on YouTube. So we're always giving out information that's happening in our community, and to keep our veteran community um, informed and keep the dependents informed. We also haven't spoke about with Vietnam veterans. There are some Vietnam veterans um, who are ailing and have ailments that need aid in attendance, caregivers program. We assist with those things. We assist with um, um, uh, adding, having adaptation onto the house, how to fill out those documents properly to get service connected for that. It's not just turning in the documentation for the claim. You have to put other paperwork behind it to substantiate why it is that you need what you need. Uh, is he, that's the best way I can explain it. why
So
why are you requesting this? Um,
uh, that's a priority of mine and my co-host. And you see, I put it on the list.
Yes. I have my PowerPoint next to me just in case you needed it.
So
So yes. Mhm.
in your package, and people uh, VSO certified, whether they're VSO or not, if you're certified to deal with
Mhm.
VA claims, and if you, even if you're not certified, and if you're doing it on your own, uh, the document that the VA send you to is CFR 38. So
Yes.
do
We
you?
live by that here. That's the Bible. That's the Bible of the VA. The 38 CFR. That is, if how can you start a claim and you don't use the 38 CFR? You're lost.
So that's really what my point is, to make our audience aware that that is. I know a lot of us don't want to read, uh,
The
and
reading for you.
but you can. It's not even. You don't have to use a paper copy. Today you can Google it, but
Yes.
it is. I, My point is to encourage everybody to take a look at that document.
Yes, most definitely. It's extensive, but it's well worth it. It's well worth it. Yes.
So, so let's talk about you went through all of the submitting all your claims, and they keep
Hmm.
getting denied, and so it's time to think about the appeal process. Tell us about that.
Okay, so a lot of people, a lot of veterans file their appeal and it takes years. We don't do
Five
that.
years.
We don't do that. The appeals that we have put in for and helped assist veterans put in for, you can ask it to go to the judge. That takes approximately a year. A year. A lot of people don't go that route. They think that you have to go to a hearing, you have to do all this other extra stuff. You really don't. You can ask the judge to review your claim and allow the judge to make that decision. Why wait um, in a docket a long 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, four? To be honest, I filed a claim. I filed an appeal through one of the organizations, the VSO, that I was using. That appeal stayed at the board for 7 years. It stayed there so long, I forgot. I forgot. I forgot I even had a bill at the board. It shouldn't take we understand, all of us are veterans, we understand that it may take a while to get there. We do. But
Well,
7 years and you forget it.
as my priorities, and as Anthony, who is away today, I mean that's our goal, as to empower all veterans. The community is how to how, how to navigate this process so that you uh, don't get lost in the shuffle,
Yes.
or you just sit on somebody's death. And
Hmm.
I found out that there are uh, some organizations that uh, are getting better at this, because
Yeah.
in the past there was many organizations that uh, there's we've had a lot of information, people telling us that their claim took at least 5 years to to get handled, and that's, you know, as I say, the clock is ticking. So
Hmm.
we're hopefully going to make people aware, people that
Yeah.
listen to this program, aware that there are other opportunities to keep it moving.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they're, the internet is an information highway. And as much information highway that it is, if you don't know what you're doing, you're still at the beginning. You can have so much information that, yes, I know, okay. But if you don't know how to correlate it and put it in right, you'll still be back at the beginning with some denials. You've seen that. You've seen that over the years. It's like, I thought I put in it right. But
Yeah, it
what you really
it
have to do as veterans, when you're filing your claim, um, we don't gatekeep. That's why I say all the time, we don't gatekeep. I rather and if you feel good enough that you can run and do it yourself, we want to help you do it. You know, if you need just some background help on compensation and pension exams, what you should be saying, what you should not be saying, how to prep, how to you know what I mean, those type of things to understand um, what correlate what your issue is when you go into a CMP. Um, know what you want to say before you get there. Even jot down some things, because uh, um, many of us as veterans, we've gone through some things that over the years we may forget. So if you just jot it down, there's nothing that says that you can't jot down information when you go into your compensation and pension
Well,
exam.
when you brought up the word gatekeep, it also uh, triggered a thought in my
Hmm.
process is, and I have experience, and I receive calls from veterans uh, that don't check their email, uh, don't even open their mail, and you receive a notification, and you got 30 days to respond to it, and you don't, and next one you receive, they're telling you they're cutting your benefits.
And you don't realize it till the last minute, like you're saying. Well, we assist with that also. When you see that, please, every veteran that's listening, when you get information, you get a letter in the mail from the VA, open it and open it immediately. You don't know what it's saying. Um, and that could be the difference of just everyday life, paying your rent and not having enough to pay your rent. And now you got to try and figure out, how am I going to get this income to come back in? So what we do is when we see things like that, we immediately look at the dates. Then we go into, okay, so while you've been going to the doctor, have you been saying to the doctor that you've gotten better, that things have changed around? And normally the veteran will say, no, I never said that. Then you need to put in documentation immediately saying, what we normally say is something like this. I didn't say that I got better. Who told you that I was better? You know what I mean? You need to be asking the VA when that letter comes to you, who told you that I got better? Did the doctor tell you that I got better? Because I don't know if you've seen over the years, sometimes VA be fishing. They be sending out some things that you like, what does this have to do with my claim? And why am I being reevaluated for something that I never even put in for? So those are the things that like you said, when you see your mail, please, veterans, dependents, open up that mail and read it, because it could be life changing, very life changing.
Um, um, so let's touch on another on uh, on it's still in the process, and it sometimes it get these mental health and PTSD get separated from like they're different than other claim processes.
They are.
I don't I don't think they are. So what are
You don't
your
think so?
well? Tell me what you think.
Okay. The reason why I say that PTSD claims are a little bit different, because with that PTSD claim, you most people don't fill it out on the VA form 21-0781. They don't fill it out on that. They just
Well,
put it down.
okay.
It's
So is
it's an
that a
actual
special?
form.
Okay,
Yes,
go ahead.
it's an actual form, and that is what separates a PTSD claim from just a regular PTSD claim.
Well, I
Because
accomplished one of my goals today. I learned something new. So
yes,
go ahead.
most definitely. What
Go
happens
ahead.
is, with the PTSD claim, when you put it on that form, in conjunction with the VA Form 21-526EZ, VA Form 21-52, VA Form 21-4142, VA Form 21-4142A. And sometimes you have to explain what happened in details on a VA Form 21-4138. So those are the forms that I normally file with that PTSD form. It's not just one form. Okay, so let's go back to the main form that most veterans do not file on, and that is the 21-0781. On that form, when you at the very top, it asks you, is it combat related? Is it MST related? Is it other than related? So you have to make a decision, where does this fall? And a lot of times, as you're filling out that form, as you go down, because I'm seeing it in my head, as you go down the form, the first 6 blocks is asking you what happened. Be detailed. An
Okay.
assault happened. This is what happened. Where did it happen? It happened in Kuwait. What part of the year? What part of the year? Don't leave none of these blanks open, because that gives VA interpretation of they don't know what they're talking about. So after you fill out that, you're going to scroll on down, and on the left-hand side, you will see VA is asking you specific questions. And on the right-hand side, fill it in. Don't be like, PTSD doesn't necessarily fall into you had to have bombs. PTSD can fall into something as simple as, while you was in basic training, you got hazed. You kept that to yourself. That thing has been bothering you. It's been, over the years, it's been growing. You're depressed. You don't even know why you're drinking all the time. You don't even know why you're being promiscuous. But that hazing that happened to you way back then is what is affecting you right now in everyday life. You don't want to be around other people. You want to be solitary. That kind of thing, you need to describe what happened. And we help pull those things out of people, because most people, they don't talk about it, especially Vietnam veterans. You guys don't, it's like, it's just, you're pulling teeth to get it out of you guys. But that's okay. That's what we're here
So
for. We're here to help.
so we time is winding up. I let's
It has been good.
well
Sound
well
too quick.
I got another one, and it's
Okay.
no, it 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 took me 10 years. So
Okay.
you and I, what I want to talk about is you get rated 20% for hearing, you get rated 40% for heart disease, you get rated uh, so much for PTSD, and you eventually get get to 100. I can you, because that's usually what what happened with most veterans. You get rating in sleep apnea, you get rating in different ailments, and you eventually
Yes.
get to 100. So I what thoughts you have on understand this rating system?
Um, in simplified terms, I would say this. Um, I'm going to throw out 2 different websites. The first website is the va.gov website, and put in calculator. Scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you can plug in your actual VA rating percentages. Do them individually, not as a whole. Put in 70%, click add. Put in 10%, click calculate. It's going to populate what your rating is. The second website is, of course, ours is vaclaimsmentorship.com. You can do the same thing over there. But what happens is this: a lot of times, us as veterans, we think, okay, I got a 70, I got a 40. That 70 and the 40 is 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 110. I'm there. No, because VA uses something that's like insurance, like the insurance rating. You have to keep every time you get, say, 70 and a 60, that right there is not going to be a total of that. They take a piece of that away each time. So is you're adding a 7 and a 6, that should come out to about a 80. It won't come out to a 90. And the other thing is when you put in your calculator, um, if you are rated at a 75, you automatically go up to the next number. If you are rated at a 72, you automatically stay at the lower number. If you're in between a 70 and an 84, you're still going to be 70. You're not going to be 80. And a lot of veterans don't know that. They're like, no, I should be. You should, if we was calculating like we normally would, but VA doesn't calculate like that. So always remember, if you're in between that, the say 70 and 84, you'll still be at a 70. But if you're at a 85, you'll go up to the 80. And it's like that for each number as you go up. That's how it's it's, it's simply as I can say it.
As
Yeah.
as they say, I learned that the hard way.
I
Because
think we all did because we was like, oh, I'm at 100. And then think about what about the P and T that you're trying to figure out, am I permanent in total or am I TDIU, temporary unemployable? I mean, there are the two differences of that also, where you're permanent and you're not. And if you're not permanent, then you might in the next 5 years be called in again for another CMP.
well, you just mentioned unemployability. We don't have a whole lot of time. Just tell us
Okay.
what unemployability means.
Unemployability means that um, if you have a rating that is 60% rated, actually solid rated, that you're rated, you can put in for temporary unemployability. And that means that you can't work. If you get that 100%, because that's what you're aiming for is 100%, you won't be able to work outside of the home or outside of the home. When you're permanent, you can still have business, work outside of the home. But if you're TDIU, you can't. What's coming in that 100% is what's coming in that the VA is saying that your injuries are that severe that you can't work, and we're wanting to assist you in being able to still take care of yourself.
Thank you very much. I
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you
uh,
so much for having me. And
I
can I just say thank you to
yeah,
Aaron Day.
couple. You got a minute to wrap it up. Go ahead and wrap it up.
um, thank you more than anything to you, and for giving us this opportunity to speak about VA claims mentorship. We are here to assist any and everyone all around the world. And that is our goal. Even if you just call and you ask for a question, you don't know which way to go. It doesn't always mean that we're going to take you on as a client, but at least you know that you have someone that you can call one time, 30-minute consultation that can direct you in the right direction. And thank you to Aaron Day for always seeing the best of VA claims mentorship.
Well, I want to thank my one of my partners. Every day is one of my partners, a veteran, happy veteran. So Aaron been working with me for 15 plus years. So
Wow.
he's one of my guys. I will thank you for your information today, and to all our audience, to our staff, our producer, our founder, Miss Penny Rogers, my missing co-host, who's in South Carolina taking care of personal business. And I would like to also let the audience make the audience aware that WCEG Media is a worldwide network. We Veterans Today is one of the quite a few programs that's available. So please go to your WCEG network, go to our website and look us up and tune in. And our guest to today, Miss O'Kelly,
Okay,
uh,
Kay.
OKK. Thank you very much, and to
Thank
our
you.
everyone that listened, have a good weekend. And this is Herman Anderson signing off for Anthony and Herman Anderson on Veterans Today. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.